Hey guys, and welcome back. No, this title is not clickbait, but a chance to get to show you guys how I got the RTX 3090 back around when it launched, and how I got to help people's lives in need to get there. Alright, so I told you the RTX 3090 helped save lives, and I was not kidding. At the beginning of 2020, I asked my beautiful wife if I could build a new PC to replace my very dated setup, but when she seen how much new hardware can cost, I definitely got a big fat no. And rightfully so. At that time we had so many home projects going on, so I totally get it. But that's okay, because I knew of another way to get the card and also help others in this process. So this is the journey I took to get what I wanted and also help others in need. And I made a pact in doing so not to spend any money from our bank account on this new computer. And at the end of 2020, I did just that. I built a new computer with an RTX 3090, an Intel i9-10900K, a Lian Li 360 AIO, 32 gigabytes of G.Skill RAM, 3600 megahertz, Asus Z490 Hero motherboard, a Samsung M.2 drive, a Thermaltake power supply, Phanteks Evolv X case. To view this on, an LG 27-inch 144Hz panel. And all I technically paid for was the monitor. And at that point, all the other boxes were checked, and she's seen how much I really wanted this. I waited till the very end to get that monitor, and so she was cool with me getting that out of the bank account, but that's technically not the PC, it's not the machine. So I still kept to my word. I didn't spend a single dollar on the machine from our bank account. Alright, so here's the how. You see, every day, lots of people for various reasons need plasma transfusions, whether they have a coagulation deficiency, liver failure, infection, severe burns, and more. More recently, plasma was also used to help fight the human vids that's going on right now. Plasma, it's the yellow liquid part in your blood. It makes up about 55% of the total blood volume in your body. When you get a cut or a wound, you can see your plasma going to work as it takes charge and starts to stop the bleeding so your body can begin to heal. So it's pretty important stuff. BioLife, who has locations across the country, is a center you can go to donate plasma. I've donated blood and plasma off and on for the past 10 years, and I'm more than happy to help others in need. But, and here's the big one, BioLife does pay you to donate your plasma. So this all started back around when the RTX 2080 Ti came out in September of 2018, and I, like so many others, wanted one so bad, but didn't have the money to fork out on one of these expensive behemoths. Not to mention at that time my 9-year-old system was hardly packing enough horsepower to run that beast anyway, even if I got one. So when my wife had said no in early 2020 to a new build, I thought about BioLife. I wanted to make this a goal and see if it was possible to build an entirely new system without spending a single dollar of my own money. I started in March after the stay-at-home order hit, donating twice a week. Then things started getting a little crazy in the world, and I stopped donating around the end of April. Some time went by. I kind of forgot about this goal with everything else going on in the world. And then on September 1st, 2020, NVIDIA announced their BF GPU, the RTX 3090, and I knew I had to jumpstart this and get back on the path of donating because I didn't want to miss the launch date, because if I did, I probably wasn't going to get one. So I did miss the launch date of September 17th, but I was still determined to get one of these. On October 15th, I finally had enough plasma money, but now it was looking very bleak on getting one of these cards. Best Buy was sold out. Every time they stocked it, it was gone in seconds. So I thought of a plan to check the Best Buy app on the hour, every hour that I could, because I started noticing this seemed to be when they would release the cards. I even got close a couple times. I would see the Buy Now button light up yellow, click it, only to be told it was sold out by the time the screen refreshed. On October 28th, at 1 p.m., it went live again, and I was actually able to purchase the card. All that grinding had now partially paid off, and I only paid MSRP. And I say partially because I still had more work to do. I still had to get all the other components in the system, the CPU, motherboard, RAM, power supply, the CPU cooler. Luckily, around this time, BioLife was coming out with some pretty good promotions, so I was able to quickly stock up and purchase the other components that I needed. This was about later, towards the end of December when I finally had it all. It was a long ride, and I totally could have purchased all this stuff sooner if I just used my paychecks or stimulus money like many others did. But I wanted to earn this stuff, and I wanted it to mean something when I got it. It really was fulfilling getting something that I wanted this bad, as well as helping others in need during this process. To do this, it took 40 visits. Each donation amount depends on your weight. My average was 883 milliliters of plasma per visit. This comes out to a total of 35,320 milliliters of plasma, or 35.32 liters. In card terms, if it was quarts of oil, it'd be 37.32 quarts. And in gallons, like milk, it'd be 9.33 gallons, but of plasma. It's a lot of plasma, but it was so worth it. So yes, to get the RTX 3090, it did actually help with life-saving plasma, because if I didn't want this card so bad, I would not have grinded so hard. I probably still would have gone here and there to donate, but to be honest, I hate needles, and it definitely wouldn't have been as frequent as it was. But I guess life-saving could also be said for the rest of the components that were used for this project, because they were also purchased with plasma money. Full disclosure though, the Phanteks Evolv X case was a gift from my wife for Christmas, and I already had some of the other things like a gaming mouse and keyboard before even starting this project. So I told you about the what and the how. Here's kind of the why for this video. I see so many people commenting on tech videos, must be nice to afford stuff like that, or must be nice being given hardware that most people can't afford. Well, I definitely just showed you one way you can help people in the world and get what you want at the same time without spending a single dollar of your own money. Now, I know not everyone's hometown is going to have one of these centers, but it's just one possible way of many to do this. And I'm not saying you should go out and donate plasma. If you don't want to, don't do it. But there are other things out there that you can do to earn a little bit of extra cash here and there. It might take a little bit of grinding. It might take a little more effort than you want to do, but just find what's comfortable for you. I would like to say the hardware isn't going anywhere, but I know right now it's really hard to get a graphics card. So I guess just, save your pennies, save up, and then when you get that moment and you can buy a graphics card, it's going to feel so sweet and so rewarding, especially if you earned it. If you put the time into it, it'll be rewarding. I definitely can say, so I love my LG monitor because that's what you're actually looking at when you're using your computer. I appreciate the graphics card so much more. So hey guys, I was sitting here editing the video and I realized I didn't even show you guys the RTX 3090. So why would you even believe I have one? Why sit through that whole thing and not even see it? It's like, does he really have one? Or does he just like talking about an RTX 3090? Did he drag us through all that for no reason? Alright, so here it is. The RTX 3090 in all of its glory. This thing is a beast. Such a powerful card. So grateful to have this. But yeah, you guys would have actually seen this in this video. There was going to be a skit, kind of like a little comedy skit, using this. And spoiler alert, we had our baby on the 3rd, and so that's why this video is also late, and that's also why I'm going to cut the skit. Just not enough time in the day to include that. I had recorded all of this before the baby, and then when she was born, to keep things moving, I'm just gonna have to cut that part out. And but yeah, maybe we'll include something like that in the future and whatnot. It was, yeah, just going to be a little fun, kind of little jab at these guys, as well as just some comedy. But yeah, alright, well thanks for watching, and if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to see more upcoming videos, subscribe, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video.
3, 2,